Call me a thief. There's been a robbery. I live with a heart, tore it apart, made no apologies. I've been living in the darkness, shadows in my apartment, heartless, taking love just to spill it on a parchment. Next page and I'm out again. I've been living.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm just gonna start how I start all of my videos. Wow, it's been a while. Blah, 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 blah. I say that every time because I never do videos. I'm not gonna make any excuses. I just haven't done a video in a while. But I actually just got a brand new palette very recently, and I knew I had to do a video when I got it. So I actually got the Naked Heat palette by Urban Decay. Let me just flash the colors to you really quick if you haven't seen them. They are to die for. Absolutely beautiful, all very warm toned colors, very beautiful reds and warm, Naked Heat. I mean, it can't be any more clear than that. I do want to thank my boyfriend, John, for getting this palette for me. Out of nowhere, he just decided to buy this palette for me. Very, very sweet act of kindness. I really appreciate it. And you actually can follow him you can subscribe to his channel too. He has a channel, Brothers TV, where they do pranks, challenges, and anything you can really think of. So definitely go check him out. And other than that, if you guys want to see how to get this really easy, warm toned makeup look by using the new Naked palette by Urban Decay, then just keep on watching. Hey guys, welcome back once again. So I'm going to start right into it with my Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Lotion. I'm going to apply this all over my face. This is going to help moisturize my skin and kind of help build that barrier between the makeup and my skin. Next up, I'm taking the Maybelline Master Prime by Face Studio, and this is going to make a nice base for the makeup to go on top of. I'm taking the Caudalie Vinyl Perfect Serum, and I'm going to apply this all over my skin kind of to help, again, create that barrier, and my skin has also been really dry lately, so this is going to help kind of moisturize my skin. I'm going to go ahead and put my hair back just to avoid getting any makeup in my hair or my hairline. I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the shade Buff Bisque, and I'm going to apply that to my skin. Clearly this is a really dark shade for me, but again, just like usual, I am self-tanning. And I'm going to start by rubbing this foundation in with my fingers, and I'm going to finish it off with my sponge. In a moment of honesty, I have not been using my sponge or any brushes recently to blend in my foundation. I really like how my fingers and the warmth from my skin breaks down the product, and it really helps push it into my skin a lot better. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to take the more sanitary route and use a sponge instead of my fingers, because I know everyone's going to be like, oh, that's disgusting. You don't know what bacteria is on your fingers. But again, here you go. I'm using the sponge, but I will say that lately I have been using my fingers, and it's been working just as well. Ooh, look at that glow, girl. Yeah, work it. I'm going to use the same concealer from the same line. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer, and this is in the shade Light Ivory, and I'm going to just highlight my T-zone, so under my eyes, Cupid's bow, nose, in between my eyebrows and my chin. And again, I have been using my fingers for this, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to blend it in with my sponge. I really do love the glow that this foundation concealer combo gives me, but I am going to set it using my Fit Me by Maybelline, and this is in the shade 110 Porcelain. I'm just setting all the places I concealed, making sure it's nice and matte. Next up, I'm going to take the bronzer by Physicians Formula, and this is in the shade Bronzer, and in a second you're going to see me point to the hollow of my cheek here and my temple. That's just me saying that when you are doing this bronzer technique, make sure you're not just highlighting in the hollow of your cheek, because it's going to make you look really muddy, almost as if you have a beard. Make sure you're highlighting your temple as well, just to make it look a lot more natural, a little bit more sun-kissed. So just make sure you're highlighting your temple as well as your forehead, the sides of your nose, because if you're going for a sun-kissed look, you can't just get the hollows of your cheek. You have to get everywhere, because if you were to go out and tan, you're going to get tan everywhere, not just the hollows of your cheek. So yeah, long explanation for something very easy to say. So I'm taking the Mario Badescu Skincare facial spray, and I'm just going to kind of set all of those powders, kind of blend them together. And then on top of that, I am going to do my Fergie highlight by Wet n Wild, and I'm just going to Shazam that highlight all over my face. Shazam it, because that is a Shazamin highlight right there. All over. Pretty much everywhere I put my concealer, that's where I'm putting this highlight. And now for the star of the show, I'm going to take my Naked Heat palette by Urban Decay. Let me just flash these colors to you really quick. Don't die. I almost did, clearly. Oh my god, so pretty. But I'm just going to start right in with a big fluffy brush with the shade Ounce, and I'm going to apply this all over my eyelid all the way up to my brow bone. And then next up, I'm taking the shade Chaser, and I'm applying this all over my crease, not being too careful with the shade at all, just applying it all over the place. Next up, I'm taking the shade Low Blow with a smaller blending brush, and I'm just applying that more directly into my crease. I'm still not being too careful with this. This is a pretty messy look, but it is really easy. That's why I said it's so easy, is you don't have to be too careful. But I'm just trying to go for that ombre effect where I'm going from light brown to dark brown to more of a reddish shade. But again, you'll see that as we move on. Then I'm taking the shade called Cayenne. This is almost as if it looks kind of like the color of my hair, but I'm packing it on both sides, and then I'm blending it in. So I pack first, and then I go back and blend it in. And then I dip my fluffy brush back into the shade, and then I apply more. So I'm just building up that red shade. I'm going back in with the shade Chaser and kind of just blending out my crease. Now to add a little bit of definition to my outer V, I'm adding the shade called En Fuego, and I'm applying that just directly on my outer V. Here I'm taking the shade Frost from my Beauty Professional palette, and with my finger I'm going to apply that on the inner portion of my eyelid. And then I'm going to take a brown eyeliner and just do my tight line in the outer portion of my waterline, because I'm actually going to try a little bit of an experiment. One of my products is a little dried out, so you'll see me here in a second light it on fire, because you know what, naked heat, I gotta have some fire in this video. And I'm just going to warm up that product and kind of melt it down, and I'm going to apply it that way. Please don't try this if you're underage. Have a parent with you if you do try it, and when you do this, it's a little dangerous because you're taking something hot and then putting it on your eye, but let it cool down first if you do it, and if you're young, please have a parent with you if you do decide to try it. And then I'm taking that shade Frost once again and just highlighting my inner tear duct. I'm just going to kind of do what I did on the upper portion of my lid on the bottom part, and I'm just going to add some definition to my lower lash line. So my mascara actually dried out too, so I lit that on fire. Again, don't try this at home, and if you do try it, have a parent with you. And I'm not going to light my lipstick on fire, don't worry about it, but I was really, really tempted. So this is the Revlon Colorstay Ultimate Suede Lipstick, and I'm just applying a layer of that. And then I'm taking my Ulta Juice Infused Lip Oil, and this is in the raspberry shade. And then I'm taking my Mary Badescu Rose Water, taking my hair down, and that completes this look. I really hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe and like, and I will see you guys in my next video.
Heartless, taking love just to spill it on a parchment. Next page and I'm out again. I've been living in the nightlife, lips hit